If you're out there and you own a business, ask yourself, does this business own me or do I own this business? This is the Ask the BCE Show, episode number 4. That's the Blue Collar Entrepreneurial Show. And in this episode, we're going to be talking about what's it like to either own a job or own a business and the difference. Kind of taken back a little bit. I've been on a mountain for the last week on hunting elk for my Hunting Colorado business. And we're guiding, and I was actually hunting myself. So if you see this really nice scruff, this nice neck beard I got going, it doesn't grow right here. I don't know why. The cheeks stay soft, but got a good neck beard growing. So I brought my camo hat for the hunting season. So I figured this episode I'd wear my camo hat in spirit of my Hunting Colorado business. Had a good time out on the mountain. It's cold as hell. If you guys are seeing my stories, you'll see the outhouse that I put on there. That's literally just a wooden toilet seat out on top of a mountain. So kind of funny. A lot of good shots there. We'll have some video and stuff like that for our Hunting Colorado. I brought Reese with us. That poor guy. First 20 minutes, the dude was hurting. He was leading up a horse, big old pack. Within 20 minutes, I had to take his horse, take his pack, just to let him walk up the mountain. But yeah, any of you out there interested in going on an elk hunt, we do guided elk hunting. That's one of my businesses. And you can shave. You don't have to look scruffy like me. It looks like we have a question already. Andrea Saldate, how many businesses do you run? Too many. I won't run too many businesses. My mom just said that I got too many, what'd she say? Too many something in the skillet. Yeah. I got too many things in the skillet, too many things cooking. But Andrea, I own Fit Republic Foods, Fit Republic Franchising. Neutrona Health was our manufacturing company, and Hunting Colorado. And the last business is White Rabbit, which is our content creation company. So I would say I probably have too many businesses. I would maybe focus more on 1 than 8. You probably get more done that way. But I think, unless we have anything else to talk about, if you want to talk about my beautiful camo hat.
I don't know if the people can see you if you're wearing it.
I know. There goes my eyes. We could jump into, you know what? I didn't get any questions. So if you guys are on live, send me some questions to talk about. I got some topics to talk about. But since I've been on the mountain for the last week, I wasn't able to advertise the BCE show. And didn't get any questions sent in to me. So. And again, the BCE show, I'll just kind of reiterate because this is the first few episodes. It's Blue Collar Entrepreneur Show for blue collar entrepreneurs. And the reason why I'm doing this is I want to give back to my anybody that wants to be an entrepreneur or anybody that's out there owning businesses, some of the knowledge that I have up here, get it out, let you guys benefit from it. And again, I'm touchable, I'm reachable. So if you guys want to just sit down with me for an hour and rap and talk about your business or a business that you want to start, I'm here, and it's free. I'd love to sit down and talk business with you. DM me, send me an email. My email is kurt.b@fitrepublicusa.com, and let's talk about business. So send in those questions. Andrea, you got another questions here, and I believe I'm pronouncing your name right. Andrea Saldate, how did you first start off? I'm assuming first start off a business. Is that correct, Andrea? If it is, my first business, I owned a GNC store, half of it. And thank God for my parents to believing in me. They helped me raise the money to own my first GNC store. And I'll be honest with you, I wasn't ready to own the business. I was basically a glorified manager that wanted to own the business, and I didn't know anything about business. And through some failures and trials and tribulations, I slowly learned what it was like or what needed to be done in owning that business. One of the topics I'm going to be talking about today is owning a business versus owning a job. So what I just talked about there was owning a job. I'll get into that here a little bit later in the show, but that's how I got my start, Andrea. And see, we have David Ariano. Is that how you spell that? Or is that how you pronounce that? David, how's your business doing? David, hey, overall it's doing great, but in business there's ups and downs. We have our downs, followed by, it's a roller coaster. Business is a roller coaster. That's just entrepreneurship. You have your ups, you have your downs, and it's the long game. You gotta ride it out, and overall in the course of 10, 20 years, hopefully that you're on top. But overall, David, everything's going great, man. I really appreciate it. Well, let's get into it. The first topic I want to talk about, keep sending questions. I'll answer them as they pop along, okay, guys? First topic I want to talk about is the difference between owning a business or owning a job. What I'm talking about here is, even though you may own a business financially, if you're working in your business every day and you can't remove yourself from that business, meaning like, say you want to take a vacation, you want one day off, but you can't because you have to run that business, you don't own a business, you own a job. It's your job to run that business, and that's your job. That's what you do, and that's how it's similar to clocking in 9 to 5, working for a company, than it is owning your business, working there every day. And trust me, I know this. The first business that I really ran on my own, I worked in that business for over a year straight, every day for a year, and I definitely didn't own that business. That business owned me and owned my life. So here's the golden rule I like to live, or that I like to classify my business. This is what I like to do. If you can remove yourself for 30 days, like I can go on vacation for 30 days, for a month, and that business is running just as well after that 30 days as when I left, then I own a business, I don't own a job. Think about it as like a machine. That business machine operates and should operate without you. And it should be smooth operating without you. If you leave for a week, 2 weeks, 30 days, and that machine breaks down, well, you better get back in there and repair it and figure out a better way to make that machine run better, because you don't want that business to own you. You want to own that business, right? So, great example, I just left for a week on my hunting trip, and my guys did an amazing job of holding things together. But at my fault, I didn't set those guys up for success the way I should have. My companies are too reliant upon me and me doing things in the company. And I came back and there's a few problems, nothing big, nothing astronomical, but it's great. But what I've learned from it is I need to do a better job of setting my employees up, a better job of building that machine of a business so I can leave and that machine runs and it doesn't break down. So I've got a little bit of work to do with my guys on making that happen. But that's really the difference between owning a business and owning a job. I see a lot of entrepreneurs out there that own their business, but they don't understand that they need to remove themselves from the business, hire the right employees, teach them what you know, teach them to do your job, remove yourself from that job, whatever job that you're doing in that business, teach someone else to do that, remove yourself again, and before you know it, you can sit back and watch that machine, that business run without you having to run that business, and it's really nice. That's what the ultimate goal of owning a business is anyway. So if you're out there and you own a business, ask yourself, does this business own me or do I own this business? And if it's the first, if this business owns you, be careful, because you won't have a life, you're not gonna be able to take a vacation, and at the end of the day, you're not building an asset. You won't be able to sell that business because that business is relying upon you. You wanna remove yourself from that business, so that is that machine, that business, that you could sell to someone else and going to run just the same for that other person as it did for you. Okay? Next topic I have. You guys have anything to add on that? What do you think, Alex? What do you think? I mean, firsthand right here, I left for a week to go hunting from our hunting trip. And I think things ran pretty well. I wasn't here. I don't know for sure. Is there any secrets that I don't know about? Was there a fire that I didn't know about?
No, we stayed pretty late and cleaned everything up. So.
Oh, yeah, after the party?
Yeah.
Yeah. When Dad's gone, they party, I guess. I don't know.
But I think you've given us like the right tools to at least get by while you're gone.
Yeah.
I mean,
for a short amount of time, right?
Yeah, nothing like detrimental.
Yeah. But and again, it falls back on me. I was nervous leaving because I knew that I didn't set my guys up for success for me to be gone. And it'd be one thing if I was just gone to another state or like a beach or whatever and I had cell service and they could call me, but I'm literally no service, no nothing, on top of a mountain where no one could reach me for a week. So I was a little nervous about it. But yeah, overall it went well, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, good. All right, next topic, I want to talk about pros and cons of owning your business or owning a business. I truly believe that you're just born an entrepreneur. I don't think that that's something that you just become. It's either in you or it's not. And if you're the person that you're not born that way and you trying to force yourself to be a business owner, I think you're going to be really miserable because there is no clocking in and clocking out. You're on all the time. That's definitely a negative. That's a con of owning a business. I have the benefit of my wife sitting in here on this show today, and I bet she can throw out a few cons of owning a business. What do you got?
Well, just that you're always on. His phone's always by him, checking in, people checking in. Kind of never really shuts off.
Is that the biggest con you think? Is that you're just always got to be plugged in the business? You're always thinking about the business.
I mean, you've done better as far as balancing your time, but sometimes you're away a lot.
Gone a lot?
Gone a lot.
Yeah. You spend a lot of time and energy on that business, and sometimes that takes energy away from your family and friends. Like, shoot, I don't remember the last time I went out and hang out with friends, you know. But yeah, that's definitely a con of the business. Is you have to be really careful with work-life balance. Again, my philosophy, and I've said this in a prior show, is go all in, go 110% in on when you're at work for work. Don't let personal life come in. If your friend wants to call you or didn't just chat it up, say, hey, you know, I'm at work, man. Let me get off work and hit you up when you get back. I know even Allie, it was an adjustment for us. I can't talk much during the day, and you know that once I get off work, then my focus is more for you. But I even have to do better at work-life balance. Is when you're at work, it's 110% work. When you're off of work, go 110% friends, family, leisure time. And again, I have to do better at that. But so those are a couple cons of owning the business. Pros of owning a business is I have no boss. I have no one telling me what to do. It's my business, and which can be a pro and a con because it all rests upon your shoulders. It's if you make a mistake, it's your mistake. There's no one else you can tag this on. And throughout your whole business, like it's just my, you know, a part-time worker that I've barely met. I've had my district manager train. If they made a mistake in that business, if something happened where a customer was upset, it's not that employee's, yes, it is that employee's fault. Well, I mean, yes. But ultimately, it's my fault as the owner. It all falls back on the owner, no matter what happens, because let's look at it this way. I train my district manager. My district manager trains that employee, right? If that employee makes a mistake, that means that I must not have trained my district manager properly or set him up for success to set that employee up for success. So it always falls back on the owner. And I think that's the philosophy you should have as an owner. Don't point fingers. Don't blame someone else's for your either failing business, struggling business, bad employees. If you have an employee that steals from you or that's a bad employee, guess what? You made the decision to hire that employee. It's your fault. It is what it is. I'm sorry. I went off on a rant there, didn't I? A little bit. Pros of owning a business. Hey, it's your business, which can be a pro and con, but at the end of the day, you're not working for anybody else. No one can tell you what to do. It's your business. And if you're running that business well and it's set up as a machine, you can leave and make the same amount of money up on a mountain or on a beach for 30 days, 60 days, maybe even a year if you have it set up well. You make the same amount of money there as you would be clocked in right here owning that business. So that's a huge pro of owning your own business. And you're not capped. I mean, some businesses can be capped. I'll take my hunting company. That's not scalable. It's not a big money maker. I can't take on 1,000 guys up or people up to the mountain and hunt them on the mountain. I can't scale it. But businesses that you can scale, there is no top. There is no salary set for you from a company. You can make as much money as you want to, or have the energy and time and the drive to make if you can scale that business. So it's not like I got hired from a company and I'm making $75,000 and I get my 1% raise annually, which is garbage. And you know what I mean? Like, if you own your own business, if you want to make more money, work harder, work smarter, make more money. You make as much money as you want. So that's a huge pro of owning your own business. I think the biggest pros are going to be no cap to that earning potential of the business as long as it's scalable, and flexibility if you do it right. Don't let that business own you, own that business, and spend some time with family. Like, I know when you didn't have the job that you had now, we could take a week off and go back and see my family. We can go on vacation, we could travel. It's super flexible as long as you have that business set up right. So pros and cons of owning a business, I think it really depends on how you set yourself up with that business. Again, if that business owns you, there's a lot of cons there, but if you own that business and you've set that machine up well, there's a lot of pros there too. So let's see, do we have any other questions coming in on live?
Yep. Z-Man72 asked if you got an elk.
I did, Z-Man. I did. Pretty funny story, actually. I don't know if any of you out there that know much about elk hunting, but we set up a base camp really high up in the mountains, a big vinyl tents with propane heaters in it, and you do a lot of hiking. I was all over the mountain, up top of the mountain, bottom of the mountain, all over the place. Well, I wore myself out, and so I took Reese with me, our video guy, so he's videoing all this too. And one day, I was tired. I took a day off. I was like, Reese, I'm sleeping in today. I don't care about the elk. Let's sleep in, let's relax. We slept in, we relaxed, we had lunch. I went up to the bathroom, and I'm coming down from the bathroom. We're literally in camp, and I've been all over the mountain looking for elk with not a lot of luck. We're in camp, and there's a bull elk 400 yards from the camp walking to the camp. So I literally got my elk right from camp, just waking up from my nap. So pretty lucky. I just been lucky hunting. I don't know what it is. I mean, I'm just lucky person overall. But Z-Man, I got my bull. Yeah, it's 5x5. Check out my stories. I'll put it on there later. I got to catch up because I didn't have any cell reception up there. So now I'm posting stories of all that hunting trip. So anything else there? Okay. All right, my last topic that I want to talk about is stress management. Obviously, when you own a business or multiple businesses like me, stress can hit pretty hard. Did we have another, Isla? No, okay. Stress management, yeah, stress. Business can be super stressful. I mean, it all falls on you. Pay the bills is up to you. It's no one's giving you money. You gotta go out there and create money. You gotta go out there and earn money to make your bills, to pay your employees. God, just the responsibility of the livelihood of your employees is the weight of the world's on your shoulder. Like, the last thing you want to do is not make enough money and have to let an employee go because you suck as a business owner. You know, that's the worst thing that you can do. So, yeah, so stress management, I'm gonna get into it. I see a question just come by right here. Joshua Robinson, your question is, running a number of businesses, how do you handle your customer success and overall experience? How do you track your customer satisfaction? That's a great question, Josh. Here's the key, my man. You gotta have really good employees. And how do you have really good employees? You have to have a really good training program. So if I'm the top of the pyramid, right? I'm the head of this ship. It all falls down from me. So I want to remove myself time and time again. So I look for people that are moldable, that I can train them basically to be me in that position. And I can train them to be me, but I want them to evolve to be even a better me version of me or of themselves in that. So if you're going to have a business, you know, a lot of businesses are really easy to run with 1 or 2 employees, and you can handle all your customers face-to-face, shaking hands with every one of your customers, and that's great, and that's super easy to handle that customer experience and that satisfaction because you're hands-on right there. But for me, when I'm removed from all my businesses, I rely 100% on my employees. So training, really good training, and the most important part about that is empathy for the employee. You have to treat that employee really, really good. Treat them as you want to be treated. You know, pay them well, incentivize them well, make them happy, make sure they're comfortable. Always be setting meetings to make sure that they're getting what they want out of this career, because it's not a job. There's not jobs for these guys. It has to be their career. And if you have really happy employees, they believe in your mission, they believe in your why, then you're going to have really good customer service, probably even better customer service than what you could do. I know that's a stretch, Josh, but it's all about your guys around you, man. I am nothing without my employees. I'm a one-man show. I can't run anything with one man. So it's all about your employees. Take care of them. All right, anything else come across? Cool. Stress management. So that's probably one of the biggest questions I get is how do I handle it all? Why am I not in a loony bin? Why am I not in a nut house? And there are moments where I probably should be in the nut house, you know. But here's the key with stress management, man. Stress is formed from yourself. Only you stress yourself out. If you think you're stressed because of any external variable, if it's an employee or if it's you got a speeding ticket or your truck broke down or whatever you think out there is stressing you out, you're wrong. It's in here you stress yourself out. And usually stress comes from fear. So you're fearing something and it's usually the future. Oh my God, what if this happens in the future? Oh my God, what if I don't make enough money to be able to do this? Oh my God, this, oh my God, that. It's just fear of the future. The future hasn't even happened yet and we're worried about it. Stop focusing on the future. So my biggest stress management tool that I want to share with you guys is being present. Always staying in the moment. Obviously, we have to think about the future to plan for the future, but if we're always stressing and worrying about the future, we're literally not even living because life is happening now, in this moment, right now. And life does not happen 5 seconds from now. It's not happening 5 seconds ago. Life is happening right now with me and you, us on camera, talking about stress management. Just remember that. Stay in the moment, stay present, and the people around you are going to appreciate that too because you're actually there with them, having a conversation with them rather than looking off in the distance, you know, worrying about what may or may not happen tomorrow, next month, next year. It's not happening. Stop worrying about it. Set a plan, execute the plan, stop worrying about what will happen. That's my biggest tool for stress management. Some other little things, I like to work out. Working out helps a lot for me for stress. I do CrossFit. It's high intensity work and I need it because I get a lot of stress that builds up. With the high intensity workouts, pulls all that stress out of me, and when I'm done, I have that nice dopamine hit. I feel good, and my stress is gone. I can come home to my family, be a good husband, a good dad. Another little thing is I have a notebook. I write everything down that I have to do. So if an employee comes to me and said, hey, we have to do this, instead of me trying to remember this in my brain, I write it down. That way it comes out of my head onto the paper. I know that it's here on the paper, and I don't have to worry about forgetting about it and stressing about it. I know it's there at any point in time. If I have to remember, oh, what do I have to do? I write here, and here's my list. Now, lists can also be a little bit dangerous too because lists can get really big. So you start a day with your list to do, and all of a sudden that list grows to about like this before you even got into it. That can be a little stressful too, but overall, I like to write things down, get it out of my brain so I'm not trying to clog everything up with what to do. It's down on a list, and I know I can go to it to see. And I love marking things off. Like, done. Maybe even put down, brush the teeth, done. Just to feel that good feeling of marking things off. So, yeah, that's my point on stress. That's my points on the difference between owning a job or owning your business and the pros and cons of owning a business. So is there any other live questions coming through? If not, thank you for watching the BCE show. I appreciate all your viewing and your questions that you've sent in to me. Again, this is the BCE show, the Blue Collar Entrepreneur Show, episode number 4. I'll see you guys next time.